Hey everyone, so today we are going to be talking about a very common myth. And here's the myth: I can easily master all the big social media platforms out there and then start using them. And this is a huge mistake, and anyone who believes it really doesn't understand the platform very well. If you're trying to become someone who has a decent following on any platform, usually you kind of have to really just stick to one platform and really master all the details to it. It can be a daunting task, but oftentimes it's not the utility behind it that's hard. That's oftentimes fairly easy, say for certain platforms like Facebook or YouTube. Uh, but stuff like Instagram or Vine or Twitter, it's very simple for the basic concepts. You write a message under a certain amount of characters, you hit the button, you tweet it to all your followers. It's a basic idea, and you can follow people, they can follow you. It's very easily summarizable. But then when you start really looking at the utilities behind it and all that stuff and figuring out all those things, you find that what makes a platform hard to really understand and master effectively is that there's a lot of nuances and small things that add together that end up pulling away the people who are most successful and engage their subscribers the most from those who are just like dead fish in the water and they don't have like any engagement or any following. And these things include the especially for Instagram or Twitter, the content of what you put out. Is it good quality? It can be stuff like photography, or it can be stuff like how you edit and create and upload your content. And I think this is the first big hurdle that I had to overcome and I'm still working on, and I think a lot of people out there don't really understand or notice. It's like you can't put out crappy content. You can't not, like, there are people out there who are spending the time to create a visually compelling, high definition content, and then edit it up with at least decent editing skills and maybe adding some clip arts and making the thumbnails really pop and all this stuff. And if you're not spending the time to hashtag it or do all this stuff, unless you're a celebrity or for some other reason have some excuse that allows you to just naturally blow up, that's gonna put you behind the other people who are doing this stuff. Like, people are making sure to create very good content, and the reason is because the barrier to entry to start making videos or photos is very, very low. It's getting lower, and more people are picking this up, and therefore to compete and rise to the top and get noticed by all these people who are on certain platforms uploading, like for instance YouTube, they're uploading like 3 days worth of footage in aggregate onto YouTube every minute. It's just like, how are you going to compete with all that content? You kind of have to differentiate yourself and create valuable stuff. And like, if you have a crappy thumbnail, which I'm still working on, in your YouTube videos, or when you post your Instagram photos and you don't bother to hashtag things while others do, they will get discovered more, and these things pile up and they can snowball. And I do think that there's a lot of eyeballs out there, and there's a lot more space out there than people think there is, and there's room for many other people to come out and create a huge following on their network. But again, you're competing against a lot of people, so keep that in mind and make sure that you really just stick to one thing, because the more I learn about social media platforms like Pinterest or Twitter or Instagram, they usually have, I guess you can call them cult followings, but more so than that, there's a very nuanced, detailed stuff to really master a single platform. For instance, Pinterest, you have to know that vertical pictures that are longer and in certain dimensions will do better than other types of pictures, because most of the Pinterest audience reads or watches it from their mobile device, not their computer. And if you don't realize these nuanced things, those small differences will really just put you back, because that person will understand them. They'll use vertical pictures, and then boom, you're going to do so much better. And yeah, that's just one example of the many things that you can fail to realize when you're doing this stuff. And there's so many other things, but don't throw your head up in shame, or just be like, oh my goodness, it's over for me. Because what I found is that there's a lot of people who are just naturally talented at this, and they just pick it up, and they won't even realize it, but they'll post it and they'll do everything right. And again, that's like, it may be a 1 in a million type of deal, but there are people who just are naturally gifted at this. So maybe that's you, who knows. The first step is to try it out and see if it is. Anyhow, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, leave it a like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.